Hello, welcome to the Scroll Ensemble improvisation channel. I'm Robert. In this video we're going to practice reading and playing from figures. We are starting from absolute basics with just one number at a time. You can do it on any instrument, and if you don't know what figures are from basso continuo, you can watch this video as a small introduction. After a small explanation, we will dive into practice.
First you will see the bass note and the figure, and then hear the bass note being played. Now you're going to figure out how to play this figure on your instrument whilst the computer is playing the bass, so you can hear them both together. Of course, if you play, for example, a keyboard instrument, you can play both at the same time. You can see the figure below the bass is a 3. This means that you have to play a third above this note, above the C. If you don't quite know how to do that, I will help you in the following way. So now let's look at the scale below. We need the scale of C major, which I wrote out for you below our bass note. We know that we need this scale because the key signature has no flats or sharps. Here, no flats, no sharps. And because the entire piece consists just of this one note, C. The bass note is the C, so this means that this note will be the first written down and we'll get the number 1, because we'll always start counting from the bass note up in this music. So, back to our assignment, we need this 3, and we have our scale, so basically we're going to count up. 1 is the C, 2 is the D, and 3, here we get to the note E. Now you can play the note E whilst the computer is playing the C. E. And you will have 10 seconds to go through this process. After that, the word answer will appear, and you will have 4 seconds to either pause the video if you wanted more time and go back a little bit, or if you have found the answer, you can let it play, and then the video will give you the right answer. An important detail, you don't actually have to play this exact E. You could also play it an octave lower or 2 octaves higher, as long as it is higher than this bass note. That is very important. The bass note should always be the lowest note. The next levels, and also versions in 415, because this is in 440, are in different videos, which can be found through links in the description. In the next levels, first there will be no numbers under the scale here, so you'll still have the scale for reference, but you'll have to either count up yourself or sort of see it. And finally, the last exercise will have no scale at all, so you can try to remember the scale yourself, or perhaps after some practice you will just know which figure is related to which note and interval, which is the final goal. So far we looked at the 3, 5, 8 and 6, and you may have realized these are all consonant intervals. Let's now look at the dissonant intervals. Now I'm throwing you a little curveball. You have to play the 9. You've probably realized the 8 is actually the same as the 1, so the 9 is the same as... When you see a flat or a sharp, it almost always refers to the 3. So you will play the 3 that you would normally play, but with that flat or sharp. Often in Partimento and Continuo, you'll find that more than one figure applies to the same bass note. So let's practice doing that now. Of course, on a keyboard instrument, play them at the same time, on melodic instruments consecutively. Well done! You are already ready for your first real little bass line. This is a typical opening gambit in Baroque music, for instance in the famous C major prelude by Bach. Have a look first, outside of time, and then I will count you in so you can try to play it. 1, 2, 3, 4.
On Patreon, I will also upload a version in minor, and I'm hoping to clean up our Patreon and add all the things that we're supposed to have soon, and I'll let you know. But from your side, let us know your thoughts and comments, especially if you want more videos like this and if you liked what we were doing.